Dragging an air compressor out of the garage just to tack down a bit of screen or some light trim is honestly the quickest way to kill your motivation for a weekend project. That is exactly where this little green workhorse comes in. It ditches the hoses entirely, relying on a clever compression drive system that feels surprisingly snappy for a battery-powered tool. When you pick it up, it has a decent weight to it, not so heavy that your wrist will be screaming after an hour, but solid enough that it doesn't feel like a cheap plastic toy. It fits nicely in the hand, and the balance is pretty spot on, which matters when you are trying to hold a piece of wire mesh in place with one hand and fire a staple with the other. What really makes this thing stand out is the versatility. You can swap between staples ranging from 1/4 inch all the way up to 9/16, so it handles everything from delicate craft projects to more serious upholstery or screen repair. There is a handy little knob on the side that lets you dial in the depth of drive, which is a lifesaver if you are working with softer woods, where you don't want the staple head burying itself 3 inches deep. One of the smartest features is the dual-wire guide. It is basically a little notch that helps you straddle a wire or screen edge without actually punching through the material. It is one of those small design choices that saves you from having to redo a job because you accidentally clipped a strand of mesh. Now look, it is a tool-only purchase, so you are going to need to have those Ryobi batteries already sitting on your shelf. If you have a 4-amp power pack, you are looking at thousands of staples on a single charge, which is honestly more than most people will ever need in a single afternoon. It is efficient, but keep in mind that because it uses a compression drive, there is a tiny, almost imperceptible delay between pulling the trigger and the staple firing. It is not a deal-breaker by any means, but it is something you notice if you are used to the instant snap of a pneumatic gun. Also, it would have been nice if they included a belt clip in the box, as it is a bit awkward to set down on a ladder or a narrow workbench without it sliding off. Still, for the price and the sheer convenience of not dealing with airlines, it is a tough one to beat. If you are tired of wrestling with manual staplers or tethered tools, this is a solid addition to the kit that just makes the job feel a whole lot less like work.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.